Pickaxe. Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we solve your complications. I'm Harry and I'm joined by Lydia and Ravs. How are we all doing?
Hello. It's good to be back.
It's gonna be quite a sleepy episode. I can sense it already.
I just woke up and I'm just getting over COVID. I'm a little tired, but I'm very good. But testing negative now, baby. We're on the mend.
Lock up your daughters. He's out and about.
He's ready. He's prowling. He's prowling again.
He's on the prowl.
How are you doing, Lydia? You all good?
I'm good. I'm just saying sleepy. When we record these podcasts, we have cameras on so we can see each other. And I'm looking at all three of us now. We all just
tell them
we look like
they're
zombies.
They're going to demand that we record these face cams.
No, I like being able to come to this podcast looking like a fucking hairball that a cat just threw up and not having to worry about anyone seeing me.
It is nice. It's nice to not be self-conscious about it. It is. It makes it very freeing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm looking into my own eyes and I feel sorry for myself.
So it's a nice little bit of self-pity. Last podcast that went out, we had, obviously Lydia, you weren't there, but we had Simon Honeydew Lane of the Yogscast.
Diggy hole man.
Diggy hole man. And it was pretty good. It was really fun. I really enjoyed having him on. It was really enjoyable. He was a great guest, very humble, very funny, great answer of questions. So I'm pretty sure we'll get him back so we can do a proper guest episode. Because I feel like it was more like he filled in for Lydia rather than like he guested. Do you know what I mean?
Was he me? Did he impersonate me?
No. I feel like he gave probably the opposite answers to everything that you would have given. There were some good questions though. Some good questions. Lots of stuff about baths and boy dirt.
Boy dirt. Okay, so I'm yet to listen to it. I am going to listen to it. I was saving it for when I was going to do some painting. I have heard though from my Twitch chat that whenever I'm not there, it's awful, as in not awful as in bad, but it derails and you say the most cursed, disgusting things. And it's made me realize, like, is everyone holding it back because of me? Like,
I don't know. I don't think I am, but maybe surreptitiously I am.
I don't think I am either.
No.
Maybe it's just my calming, like, pragmatic mind. And then when I'm gone, you all just are let loose.
Maybe just me and Ravs together, just like ping pong back and forwards, just to such an extent. I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit.
That or I don't know if it was like Simon or something. But I just never imagined you'd be the one to rein us in, Lids.
I know.
You're equally as fucking cursed.
Yeah, I feel like you'll be the first one to say it, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was so confused. Like, how does it get worse when I'm not there? But yeah, I can't wait to listen to it anyway. I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah, it was a good episode, and I think in a couple more episodes we'll get Simon back and let him have a round two with all three of us, because I think it was really fun. It's really enjoyable. Equally, if people have ideas for other guests, I know we called it out, but let us know who you'd like us to get on. I think it's fun having guests. I've enjoyed it. I think Simon and Perry are two great guests.
We've got Ed Miliband next week, don't we, Ravs?
We did.
Oh God, just can't wait for Ed Miliband to come on.
It's really great. Actually, no, we're going to get Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. That's how they're going to figure out the Tory leadership race. They're going to come on 0 degrees. And we're going to ask them about boy dirt, Klim, and fucking Mormonism. I have to call out the amount of questions that have been sent in that aren't questions about, like, from Mormons. I feel like we really triggered something where all of these, like, ex-Mormons that listen to 0 Degrees have written in these long paragraphs about Mormonism, confirming a lot of the things that we were saying, you know. So thank you. It was some interesting reading. I don't know if we'll read them all on the podcast because there's a lot to read, but shout out to the ex-Mormons.
Shout out to the Mormons. That was the last demographic that I was expecting to be listening to this podcast, but I'll take it.
I guess, but they're ex-Mormons, right? So now they're like, you know, they're sexually liberated. They're fucking
drinking coffee and stuff.
Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy. These crazy ex-Mormons. But no, thank you. There were some great messages, some great insights into Mormonism. I learned a little bit. So I appreciate it. Should we hop into some questions? We got a lot of questions. I mean, there's fucking, to be quite frank, there's hundreds of fucking questions to still go through.
Yeah, oh my God, there's so many.
And I feel like one of the complaints I have been getting is we fucking don't get through any questions. So maybe,
well, you know, it's just that we care so much that we spend a little time answering every question, you know. So if you send it in, you know that we're going to try and not help you for as long as possible.
I inspire my husband to exercise and eat healthy with me?
I feel like this is just a question that's not good for the three of us.
We're both sitting here, never lifted a finger in our entire fucking lives, live off McDonald's and cider. Yes, good question.
I literally don't know the last time I like exercise. I went climbing like a month and a half ago.
Oh,
That's the last
that?
time it was fun. I won't lie, it was exhausting. I wouldn't say I'm like a super unhealthy person, but I'm not like a really physically fit person. Do you know what I mean? I'm just, there's not much of me.
Is that a little cheese string boy?
Little cheese string boy, yeah. So like doing like whatever muscles I did have were dying. They were crying out for help, just for friends, for more of them. It sucked.
Climbing is like full body, right? It's like using every muscle.
Yeah.
Is it?
Like,
I imagine it is.
Well,
I don't know.
It's like a lot of your like forearms, but also if you're climbing with your forearms, you're kind of doing it wrong. You should be using like your legs. So like, and then there's a lot of like core tension while you're holding yourself on the wall. Like, it's pretty exhausting. What about you guys? What's the last exercise you guys did?
Well, I was about to say, sorry, I'm actually answering for Ravs now. Ravs is a fucking bloody
He's
Mr.
fucking
Muscle
Jim, bro.
now.
I'm chatted.
He's fucking. I'm so glad we don't have cameras on because that was so attractive.
That was so hot.
Ravs.
That was so fucking hot. I need a towel.
How's the gym been going?
I'm enjoying it. I was literally on my way to the gym when I tested positive for COVID.
Fuck.
I was like pain, and I've had to sit back at home and not go to the gym and comfort eat. So I've actually taken a step back on fitness.
Yeah, but that's understandable.
Yeah. But you know, I'm excited to get back. I like lifting weights. I used to be pretty strong. Like when I was like a window cleaner and like would go to the gym after cleaning windows and lift weights and shit.
I mean, window cleaning is quite a physical job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, trouble is, all of our jobs are quite sedentary now. You know, they're kind of behind a monitor, behind a keyboard. Whereas window cleaning, you're out, you're climbing ladders, you're literally doing stuff with your hands constantly. Like, it is. I imagine it's quite exhausting.
Yeah, it was exhausting, and then to go to the gym after that was like extra exhausting. But it was good because I was like in the best shape I was ever in, and I was pretty shredded. Well, not shredded, but you know, I could lift heavy weights.
You could grate cheese off that boy's arms.
Nah. Actually, you just get like a hairy cheese string instead.
Yeah, it's just Harry, a hairy cheese string.
Oh my god, I made Harry rubbing a cheese string on my belly. But you know, I was just like, you know what? I sit down all the time now. I want to go back to the gym, and I joined the gym. It was great. And then TwitchCon Amsterdam and COVID happened. So, but I want to go back. As soon as I'm like energetic again, I'm going back.
Yeah. What about you, Lids? What's the last exercise you were doing?
So I did I've never been an exercise, surprise. I've never been an exercise person. I've never, got into it. I've never particularly loved it. I'm very lazy, I like sitting down a lot. But I actually used to go running. I used to like running.
The fuck?
I used to so I started with Couch to 5K, which is really good. I do actually really recommend it if anyone's interested in running, because it starts you off super slow. Because I think running is very like an overwhelming thought. Like, what do you do? Just go out and sprint and then you're dead in like 10 seconds. So it builds you up really slowly.
I feel like I'm too socially anxious to go running. I feel like there's a lot of eyes on you. It's a very public kind of sport.
It is super self-conscious. Like when you run past people, you're like, oh, they're staring at me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good on you. Like that's knackering, and it's very, very public. Public exercise.
Yeah. To be fair, I did used to run somewhere quite quiet. I had like a real good spot that I used to run. But I was pretty into that. But then when I broke my leg, I haven't really. I mean, that was this winter. That would be 5 years ago.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and I still can't really. Well, I can, I can't really walk that much. So I haven't really been able to go back to exercising. The smart part of me knows that I could go swimming or lift weights like Ravs. Like there is loads of stuff I can still do. But then the laziness, it all comes back to the laziness. I just have zero motivation. And I read the stories about people being like, and exercise has changed my life. I'm so much happier. I'm so much mentally sound, and I just can't be fucked,
I completely get that, because I feel like it's something that I could do. But just like there's enough other things going on in life that finding and slotting that time for that, like also just a headspace for that. I feel like I'm thinking about and doing so many other bits and bobs that, well, I don't know. When am I going to think about? I don't even want to consider it. Do you know what I mean?
And you're so
like,
busy, Harry.
yeah.
Like you've got such a demanding job, and you also stream. Like
I just don't know when
you're gonna have
the fuck I
time.
think about it. Like I do enjoy like stuff like swimming. Honestly, you saying swimming, like I enjoy exercise that's fun. I feel like that's like I'm kind of like a kid in that, you know, you need to cover my greens in tomato ketchup and disguise them. Like disguise my exercise as actually a fun thing to do. Like I used to do airsofting really regularly.
Oh
which
yeah,
is
that's
absolutely
fun.
exhausting. Like running around a wood carrying loads of gear for 8 hours is fucking knackering. Like also like insanely like head fucky because just running like through a wood and not like tripping, spraining your ankle, rolling your ankle is like it's just a lot of concentration on that exercise.
Plus, you're trying not to get shot, right? So you're like looking out
that
all the
time. But like, it's rough.
I did it once and I was fucking exhausted. Like and even just like stepping in like a fucking swampy bit where your like shoe would just get swallowed by mud and like fucking tripping over branches and shit. It was just a fucking nightmare, but it was fun as fuck.
Yeah, I feel like you need to disguise those ways to exercise as like fun things. Like swimming again is like I don't really feel like I've ever researched any good swimming places in Bristol, but there must be some.
Daff used to go every morning because he'd come into the office like fucking
what,
wet.
in his swim shorts? Just,
In his little swimmies.
just tiny little speedos, like an Italian man at the beach.
See, what I don't understand is like how Daff would wake up at like 7 a.m. and be like, I'm gonna go and swim and then go to the office. I was like, before work. Like, I'm a fucking dead body till about midday.
Yeah.
Like even right now I'm dead.
But I wonder if that is like, is that part of the cycle, right? We don't do exercise, so we feel more tired because we are weak. I don't know if that's part of it. Do you know what I mean? If you are exercising, maybe that you're
less
you are
lethargic.
stronger. I don't know.
I mean, like Lid says, like it is such an amazing feeling when you go. Like it doesn't make any sense because you go in and like I do like half an hour cardio right now, and then I do like some weightlifting, and then after that, like when I've left the gym, I'm like, oh shit, I feel like pumped up. I feel mentally good. I feel like I have more energy after coming to the gym, which is kind of weird.
And you got endorphins and everything.
Yeah, it's the endorphins, right?
I agree with Harry that like I think the best way with exercise is it being disguised as not exercise because like for me like the idea of going to the gym is like ugh. But I did I have done some exercising recently. I did a pole class which is incredibly exhausting because it is all muscle and I have none of those. So that was really hard because I'm just not strong and you have to. There's a lot of like.
It's also quite
yourself.
scary.
It's
like,
scary.
Actually, holding yourself up on a pole is one, difficult and exhausting, but two, like, you know, it's not super far, but when you do get quite high, it's quite high. Like
yeah, especially. I mean, not that I would get to this point, but you see the girls and guys and everyone who's like going upside down and got their head like dangling, like Christ, what have you slipped?
Holding on with one hand and shit, doing like flagpole poses and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Were you a clammer, Lids? Have you got clammy hands, or are you a dry hand person? Did you have to chalk?
Oh, God, I think I'm quite clammy. I'm sweating now.
Because it's not good. Like that, if you're doing pole, like being a clammer is like not what you want.
Clammy.
You don't want to be a clammer.
No. You know what also was really turned out to be super exhausting exercise, but was really fun? The go-karting that we did, the Mario Kart go-karting.
Oh my God. That was exhausting.
I did not expect that to be so physically
why was
demanding.
That? Is it just the pressures of, you know, not quite the G-forces, but I guess kind of the G-forces of like getting thrown around. Like, you know, you are kind of, there's a physicality to driving a little cart like that, right? You are kind of throwing your weight behind it.
I think it was just like getting into the car and then you turn the car on and your whole body's like vibrating with the engine.
Yeah.
And then like to turn, you have to go like fucking and like move your arms so much.
Yeah, you've got to really throw your weight behind it, don't you? Like to take a really tight corner, you're like fighting against the car. Like The next few
Yeah.
days, I was a broken woman. All my muscles were killing me.
Oh my god, yeah, I had to stop. They were like, "Do you guys want to do like one more bonus race?" And I was like, "Fuck, no, I don't."
Me and Ravs were the only people that didn't do the bonus race. We
Yeah.
were like, "No, we're done."
Yeah, we were like, "Should we get a drink?"
Shall we fucking start boozing? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I guess that's the answer, right? It's either finding stuff you can do with friends that is also disguised as exercise, like, that is physically exerting. But the trouble is that's also usually stuff is quite expensive, or it's hard to do a lot of it. You can't just go go-karting every 2 days. Like that feels pretty like extravagant.
Just said eat healthy is also on this list. She wants her husband to exercise and eat healthy. Like, this is a fucking hard one.
Yeah, eating healthy is pretty.
It's so hard. Like I've tried to like count calories and stuff like that, and I was doing very good. And then obviously Amsterdam, I was like, I ain't fucking counting no calories in Amsterdam. Fuck that shit.
Nah, you're on holiday. You gotta let yourself have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So she says, the thing is, she says, how does she get her husband to do it with her? So the exercising thing, it's got to be something they're doing together. So what's a good husband-wife like exercise thing to do?
Fucking.
I mean,
that's not wrong. Like, I weirdly love that answer. That is
just straight fucking.
Honestly, I think that's great advice.
It's a good calorie
cardio.
burner, yeah.
There's your cardio.
That being said, okay, wait, but is it just
what if it's like 1 minute though?
Or also, what if it's just like he just lies on his back and she does all the work?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, it can be not great exercise. I was going to suggest like a sport, like a duo sport. Do you know what I mean? Something like squash or badminton or tennis. Squash and badminton are good because they're kind of inside-y sports and it's year round, and then just
tennis is a fun
there's no
one.
excuse to give to not go play or whatever. But something that you can play together, and then you can play doubles against your friends or whatever, and then there's a bit of like bonding. Do you know what I mean? Or like, because if you're just going swimming together, you're just kind of, there's no like communication. You're just kind of, you're doing the exercise and then you're done.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a kind of an activity. Yeah.
I think going for a nice walks places, like look around your local area, find like nice parks, nice like walking trails, things like that, and like maybe on the weekend do we're gonna go walk around here for an hour, and then maybe we'll stop and get some lunch while we do it. Like make it like a nice date, but also involve lots of walking and exercise.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. I love that. I do think the eating healthy part is the hard bit though. But the fact that they say eat healthy with me implies that they're kind of doing it already or about to start eating healthy. And if you're living together, there's kind of you can just double up and cook the meals twice. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of, if you're doing it, you can just kind of take them along with you as long as they're vaguely willing. Like, yeah,
it depends on like who's doing the cooking, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess if he's just making burgie every night, then like
yeah. If you're doing the shopping or whatever though, like you just buy healthier shit and just make healthier shit for dinner. Don't buy as many snacks, and
that's literally. I just don't buy crisps. Just don't buy crisps, chocolate, sweets. Go to the store and just buy nice looking stuff, and then it's easy. Like I know cooking healthy for me is like kind of the easy bit. Exercising is like, I don't know how the fuck I do that.
I think that this is gonna like lead to the husband like though sitting in a car at like at a McDonald's drive-through in secret, like eating a Big Mac. You know what I mean? I feel like this is gonna be a secret Big Macs are gonna be happening.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because if she does the shopping and she only buys healthy stuff, she never buys snacks. That's when, if the husband doesn't want to do it, then he is gonna go find a way to just go out and eat crap.
Fundamentally, he has to be joining you on the journey. Yeah, you can't. It's kind of a pointless exercise if he isn't willing and isn't up for doing it. Like, you need to convince him. Like, and he needs to be willing. Otherwise, I think just do it yourself. Like, there's not much hope.
And when he sees how happy and full of life you are, maybe he'll be like, I want to get on that. I want to be healthy and exercising. because
But
it
Big
is like
Macs.
contagious. Yeah. When I see Ravs like so excited about the gym, I'm like, maybe I should go to the gym. I'm still not going to, but I think about it, and that is one step more.
I will say that has been nice. People being like, "Oh my god, you've inspired me to go to the gym." I'm like, "Ooh." Hashtag influence, bitch.
But also that's like another like encourager for you to keep going, right? Then you're like, that's a pressure on you. Like, I'm inspiring people to do it. Fuck, that's great. I should do it more. Do you know what I mean? I like that as like a.
That's kind of why I post about it. So I have to hold myself accountable because people will then ask me how's the gym going, and if I'm like, but I just ate burgers.
Yeah, I like this question. I think good luck. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. I hope the husband's into it. I hope you take up some fun sport together. And I hope
fucking have a good fucking.
Have a good fucking.
Have a good fuck. All right, next question.
How do I get my friends to take more good pictures of me? I became single again when COVID first hit, coming out of a long-term relationship. I've since been trying to get into the online dating game, but have no recent good pictures of me apart from some selfies. I take loads of good candid pictures of friends that they then use as their profile pictures, but no one takes pictures of me unless they're silly ones. I do also suffer from body dysmorphia a bit, but I would still like them to try.
It's a good question, actually, because sometimes some people will have these amazing pictures taken of them by other people, and you're like, how do they have all these nice pictures? Is it like, is there the person with them just always snapping them, or are they asking for them? Like, you know, usually the pictures we have of ourselves are like selfies, right? Because it's not usually that the person is just taking loads of pictures of you.
Yeah. I feel like it takes active effort, right? You know, someone has to be the photographer or someone has to do whatever. But I feel like the active effort here needs to be, you need to say to maybe one of your closer friends of all of them, I need you to take some pictures of me. Like, I want you to. Like, you need to there needs to be some assertiveness here, I feel like. You can't just be like, oh, please take some more pictures of me. No, you need to be like, I'm getting in the fucking game. I need some good fucking snaps. Over this week, we're doing loads of shit. Take some pictures of me. Make them look cool. Like,
make sure you get my fucking Chad jawline.
Yeah, fucking get my big cocker in there. Get my 17 pack. Like, just get all of the good features. Let's go. Like, I feel like you gotta just go out there and not be, you know, they need to fucking return the favor. I think you can also say that, you know, look at all these great pictures I've taken of you. It's time to time to pay your debt.
Saying
bitch.
that though, Harry, some people are fucking doomed and can't take a good picture to save their damn life.
That's true.
It sounds like the question asker here is like good at taking photos of people and like angles and stuff, and probably know like the fucking good settings on their iPhone or Samsung or whatever. But like, that sounds like their friends just are really stupid and take like really zoomed in pictures of their faces and fucking just weird shots of them.
But I feel like that's where you can say, you know, this means something to me. Can you try? Do you know what I mean? At least fucking try.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe teach them or some shit.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to be really fucking shameless. Like, I am awful because I take so many pictures of myself, and I'm always saying, like, to my other half, can you take a picture of me while we're out so I can get a picture for my Instagram? And I think at first it's kind of embarrassing because it feels very vain and it feels very fucking self-absorbed to be like, take pictures of me. Like, it does feel cringe. But after you do it 100 million times, in the end, especially if there's a reason, like I'll be like, can you take a picture of me so I can put it on my Instagram? So there's like, I don't know, I'm putting content out, you know, spin it like it's like a job thing. When in reality, I'm just fucking vain.
Lydia, I'm just checking your Instagram right now. It looks like you haven't posted in 17 years.
But I think if you just get over the embarrassment of just being like, look, I know this is kind of cringe. Like you said, Harry, just say like, this is cringe, but I need some nice pictures for my dating app. Can you get some cool candid photos of me? And I think be specific, try maybe a higher angle. Like, it's all about angles, right? You want a slightly higher angle, nice lighting, and then show it to me. And if it looks shit, I can pose a bit and just spend like 10 minutes getting some nice pictures. And then boom, you only need to get, 4 or 5 pictures for your your dating profile.
Honestly, 3 minimum. Like,
yeah, and then once
make
it's
sure
done,
they'll
it's
do
done.
some different days.
Oh yeah, different days, so it's not
like
just the same.
get it doing different things or whatever. Like make some nice ones. Yeah, I think you just have to fucking ask. Like I know it's like I feel like they've probably taken it for granted that you're the person that just takes pictures, and they probably haven't even fucking thought about it. You know, just because if you're always the person often take pictures and are taking pictures of things, no one's ever thinking about it. It's never in their mind. I should take my phone out and take pictures because there's pictures being taken of them. So they probably haven't even considered it, and thus they might be really thankful. They're like, oh shit, I never thought of that. Thank you very much.
That also sounds like a fucking amazing start or whatever to like a night out or whatever, you know, like can you come out and take some pictures of me for like fucking Tinder or Hinge or whatever the fuck people are using these days. Yeah. Like just picturing like taking a mate out and just taking all these like stupid photos of them doing
try and find a nice car that you can pose next to. Do you know what I mean? Like exactly, all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's it. I think you can make it a bit of a game, make
like
it a silly
fun
thing.
Game. Yeah, make it silly and like fun for your friends to do it, you know.
Equally, they say they suffer from like some body dysmorphia, which like
maybe there is banging pictures your friends have taken of you and you just being picky.
I feel like if they're your friends,
right?
Your friends are there to hype you up, right? To give you that confidence. So
yeah,
I think if you can trust anyone to do it, you got to trust them. That also being said, I feel like there must be like services that you can like hire a photographer for an hour or whatever to take your dating pictures. Like that has to be like a fucking thing, right? Like in like major cities around the world, there must be like photographers who will just come out and take pictures of you or something. Like I mean, obviously there are photographers who you can hire, but like specifically for dating apps. I wonder if that's a thing.
If all else fails, self-timer and a tripod. And I know that feels incredibly cringy doing that in public, but if it's somewhere quiet and you just like maybe sitting on the bench, just pensively look, you know, making it look like someone's just taking a snap of you, like you know, you could, if your friends are utterly shit at getting pictures, just and every picture they took,
up in the club.
Yes. But you know, sometimes you got to take it into your own hands.
Yeah, I think you can do it. And I do feel like they owe you, which I feel like is an easier starting basis. Do you know what I mean? If they weren't the one that takes good pictures already, I'd be like, you're a little bit fucked. But there's some debt, which I feel like can be called back in.
So yeah, advice is just have no shame and just ask. Throw away your dignity and ask them to take pictures.
Or like find out where all these like photographer content creators are hanging out, you know, because like my TikTok is filled with like people just like, hey, I'm a photographer, can I take a bunch of pictures of you? And they always take the best fucking pictures of random people.
I don't believe that shit. Sorry, every time I see one of those where it's like, oh hey, I'm just a random photographer in the street, you're like a really fucking beautiful person, can I just like take a picture of you? And then they like take an incredible picture, and the person's like, oh thanks, and then just like walks away. It's so fucking staged and bullshit. There's no way that isn't like a hired model or their mate or a person they've spoken to for like 20 minutes before the cameras are turned on. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm so cynical.
You're probably right, because like the person is always wearing like the sickest fit I've ever seen in my life, and I'm like, that is shit only a model would fucking
and they're
wear.
like always absolutely stunning. I was just so.
You're telling me this guy's like just like walking through a dog park and you just happen to have your camera there, like fuck right off, mate.
Yeah. It's honestly as staged as like the beginning of a fucking porno. That's how fucking like cringe acting I find it. I'm just like, come on. But that being said, there might just be fucking hundreds of those people out there just taking pictures of people. I don't know.
Maybe they do go around and take so many pictures and 99% of them are shit. So we only see like the ones that, because like your average person, like modeling is hard. Knowing how to pose, like most people, if a person with a big ass camera, a stranger, went to go take a picture of them, would just feel really awkward and probably not pose in a particularly modelly way and wouldn't know how to angle your face. Like that's shit that models learn how to do with their body and their face. So, and when these pictures come out and they, like you said, genuinely look like a fucking supermodel, it's like, how? I would look like a fucking awkward hairy cheese string, you know. It wouldn't be happening. But so maybe 99% of the stuff they get is crap, and we're just filtered to that the 1%, which is good.
Fuck, I just got reminded of, you guys know the Arctic Monkeys cover? That's the guy smoking the cigarette.
Yeah.
Do you know the story behind that cover?
No.
So it was just a guy that was a mate of the band, and they were like taking some pictures of him for the cover. And they're like, oh, these kind of suck. And they basically just took him out on like a fucking like 12-hour booze cruise, and just like he threw up. He was like absolutely fucking destroyed. I think he got in a fight. And then they brought him back to the photography studio, and that's when they took the picture of him like smoking the cigarette for that Arctic Monkeys cover.
No
and I was
way!
Like, I really love that.
I'm looking at it now, and he looks fucked.
Yeah, looking at it. Look at, bring it up. He is like absolutely. I think he'd just thrown up before they took the picture.
Like you can just see how drunk they are in their eyes. You know what I mean?
He's so fucked.
Yeah.
But I wonder, can you get your friends to do? Is there like? Can you almost make a funny dating app story of like, I got my friends for the evening to take me out and get pictures with me. Here is me on a night out. You know, like here's the pictures that they got or whatever. Is there like a fun dating app gimmick to it? I don't know.
I think it would make a cool bio as well. Like you know, when you're scrolling through dating apps, so much of it is the same kind of thing, the same kind of pictures. So if something makes you stand out, that's good, right? Get you noticed a bit more.
Yeah.
Also, it's a conversation starter.
I feel like dating apps are pretty fucking like mind-meltingly like, oh, there's just what am I doing? Am I just like a bad person just like judging all of these people? Do you know what I mean? There's heavy monotony, and it's a pretty fucking grim experience sometimes. So I feel like having some like character and fun to your dating app adds a lot. And something like that is kind of a fun, silly idea. I don't know.
I like it. Good idea.
And hopefully you don't end up with something like as horrific as that Arctic Monkeys picture of just
covered in vomit.
Really fucked up guy.
Although the guy looks fucked up, he does look kind of cool as fuck. Though,
it is a cool picture. I like it.
It's a cool guy, yeah.
So maybe that there is like a niceness to having like that at the end of your pictures. Like if someone scrolls that far,
Yeah, having your equivalent of the Arctic Monkeys. Everyone needs that Arctic Monkeys picture. Everyone has to have one.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Question 3. I found it difficult to break out of my comfort zone in terms of alcoholic drinks. And I was wondering...
This is something we're qualified for.
Yes,
we're so qualified
finally, a question we're qualified for.
And I was wondering what your go-to drinks are. I'd love to give your suggestions a try.
Actually, wait, are we qualified? We order the same thing every time we go to the pub.
We're stuck in like pub culture though, we're like stuck in like rounds where you don't want to order anything different, so we all drink cider and beer because we don't want to be the person that's like, I'll have a spirit or I'll have a wine or I'll have like a bottle of this or...
Do you know what I think we should do? I think we should go around each type, it's probably the wrong word, type of alcohol and give our favourites.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's okay. Because whilst I do only drink cider here, I drink beer. I'll drink fucking anything. I'm really not that picky. I just like cider. I'll just fucking drink anything. Okay, should we start with beers? What's our favourites, our go-tos? You can be as hipster as you want, or you can be as mainstream as you want. I'm going to be pretty mainstream.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll double whammy this answer and say like you're average. You're just at the pub, getting a pint, and like they don't have anything fancy, just like a San Miguel or something, or like an Amstel or something along those lines. Just a nice pint.
San Miguel on draft from a barrel.
Yeah, on draft. Yeah,
is probably one of the best like standard draft beers that you can get. Yeah, I would say. What about you? What beers do you drink, Lids?
I'm not much of a beer drinker. Like you, Harry, I'm more of a cider gal. So I don't have much knowledge, but when I do drink them, I like the ones which are maybe a bit sort of those little craft beer cans. Which is it a pale ale where it's quite light and it has a bit of a fruitiness to
like
it.
Like Wiper and True.
Easy to drink. Like I like those ones, and I also like. Is it the Corona where you have the lime in it?
Yeah,
I like a bottle of Corona on a hot day.
Corona and Sol are great.
And Sol, yes.
Man, yeah. We have a brewery here, Left Handed Giant in Bristol, and they do amazing IPAs. Like they're probably my favorite beers in Bristol, but like never drink there.
It is also 2/3 pints, which is like the most frustrating thing.
Kind of very annoying, yeah.
Alright,
what's your beer,
yours,
Harry? What's your beer?
I think it probably would be a San Miguel as well. I do think San Miguel's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do love Desperados, which I know are like just
they're good.
They're so like disgusting in so many ways.
They remind me of like being in a club.
Is that the one that has tequila in it?
Yeah. It's just such a fucked up little drink. But it makes me happy. So every time I'm getting Despies, I know I'm getting fucked. So.
Yeah. If I was going to be a beer wanker, I would say Le Chouffe, the Belgian beer. It's just my fucking favorite damn beer was a Le Chouffe.
Does it have like a fancy? What's the packaging?
There's a little gnome man on it. And,
okay,
It either comes in like the little stubby bottles or a wine bottle.
Ooh.
And I had one night drank the wine bottle versions, a couple of them, and I felt very, very fucked.
Oh my god, yeah, Belgian beer. I went to Bruges and spent like a night in a Belgian beer pub thing, and that was good fun. Just trying all. The book was just full, like hundreds, and just trying different. Like, I'll take the strawberry flavored one. Like,
that's a great way of just discovering what you do and don't like.
Yeah.
And trying to broaden your horizons is going to one of those bars or like tap rooms where they just have 40 different beers, and you can go up and you can ask to taste them. Like, don't take the piss, don't stand there and test like 40 of them. But most places are pretty obliging to give you like a small sample before you buy. Especially like the smaller independent places are usually a bit more cool with that. So like do go and give that a crack. All right, wines. Are any of us big wine drinkers?
I love myself a nice little red or a little bit Prosecco. Does that count as a wine? I guess it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can include a little bit bubbly.
A little bit of bubbly. Not too much of a white wine drinker, but like a little Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio for white, or Cab Sav, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Merlot for red.
I feel like wine knowledge is something that I want to know about. I want to have that like wine bullshit knowledge of like, oh, it's from New Zealand, great year for New Zealand. It was really hot. Like just like shit like that. I want to be able to I want the confidence to be able to bullshit my way through just picking a wine, because it's all bullshit.
Bordeaux, it makes the best grapes.
I will always just take a Pinot Grigio. Like a Pinot Grigio is just fucking amazing to me. Like, God, I would rate that almost as much as I love cider. Like,
it's just a glass now, actually.
Just the trouble is,
I kind of want some wine.
If you drink Pinot Grigio at the speed that you drink cider, you get very fucking drunk. Which is why I don't order it.
If you're ordering like a large glass to everyone's pint, 4 rounds in, you're like, what?
You are fucked.
You're fucked, and everyone's like doing okay.
But honestly, a fun way to get into wines is just do a bottle evening where everyone has to go buy a different bottle, and then you all try it, and then you just pass it around. That's what we did when we were kids.
Yeah, like a little like wine and cheese night. Like,
yeah,
we were 12.
Yeah, I legally can't discuss this.
I with wine, like, it's funny because when you're growing up, you're like, I'll just buy the cheapest bottle. I just always buy the cheapest bottle, or whatever. You just want to get fucked up. But I would say now, if you want to try some nice wine, I will always say that this is the shit. So it's a New Zealand Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. Like any kind of that type of wine, Kiwi wine is, maybe I'm being a bit biased.
You're a bit biased there.
You're a bit biased. But
was it a really good year that year?
It was such a good year. It's such a nice wine. Like Oyster Bay is lovely. Like, I went to my mum's yesterday and she poured me a glass of wine, and I didn't know what it was before, and I drank it, and immediately it was like, oh, this is Marlborough. This is a Sauvignon Blanc. This is a Kiwi wine. Because it's just leagues above every other wine. It's so smooth and drinkable. Also, I like a £5 bottle of Prosecco from Lidl. Honestly, it's banging. Check it out. £5 Lidl. Goes down a tree. Very nice.
Yeah.
I usually buy Barefoot. Barefoot is the
Barefoot's good.
Barefoot's the brand that I go for. It's in most supermarkets. But I think it's like above average. It's nice.
I like also summer's day. I like a glass of rosé. Hot day.
Rosé's all right.
I could take a little rosé,
a dry
like on
rosé.
A hot day.
A dry rosé, not a sweet. I used to drink that really sweet rosé when I was about 18, and now the thought of it makes me feel ill.
It's just Ribena.
It's basically Ribena. White Zinfandel is just like so sweet. But yeah, nice dry rosé on a hot day. Lovely. God, I'm fucking gagging for a glass of wine.
Oh no, it's just
it's like 25 degrees outside. The sun is shining. I'm just like,
I still have quite a few hours of my workday left, and I am going to be shaking my legs like a fucking alcoholic.
I am finally allowed out tonight. So
Thank God Ravs doesn't have COVID and is in isolation.
I'm going to die.
The biggest fucking cock tease right now. For cider, we got to do cider separate to beer, right?
Yeah.
It deserves its own separation. Because also there's actually quite a lot of variety for cider. I would throw, obviously, Thatcher's Gold in. I think Thatcher's Gold on draft, not in a can, is like the best cider you can buy. If you're having to buy bottled or canned cider, I actually think Rekorderlig is like the nicer version from Old Malt. It's like a Swedish fruit
I've
cider
had that.
brand.
It's very nice.
So kiwi cider actually as well.
Some kiwi
New
cider
Zealand
in there
do
as
the
well.
best alcohol.
It just isn't as shit as fucking Magners or Strongbow Dark Fruits is not cider.
That is
Ribena.
fucking vile.
It's piss. I'm sorry. Like, I know a lot of Americans, that's all they have, but like, get yourself some Rekorderlig. That's great stuff. If not that, Thatcher's Gold. Those are my. Oh, and also Bee Sting. Bee Sting is that's like super niche cider that you probably won't find anywhere, but it's like 7%. They usually make Perry, which is pear cider. It's actually, I think it might be more than 7%.
I love that name, Perry. I love that.
Perry.
I think it might even be 8%.
Damn, that's going to mess you up.
It's really, really fucking high percentage, but it's like very sweet, very like syrupy, and very alcoholic. It's a really, really special cider. So you can get hold of Bee Sting. I think you can order it online. Actually, I think we recommended it on Chilminati once, and someone like ordered like a fucking barrel of it.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
You can just go to their website and order loads of it. So Lily's cider Bee Sting is great. Those are my recommendations.
So I moved down to Bristol and I was like, I'm moving to cider country. And everyone drinks cider at the pub. I'll drink some cider. So I was like drinking Thatcher's Gold. And I was like, I kind of like Thatcher's Gold, but I find it very... Do you take a drink from a Thatcher's Gold, Harry?
No, it's a San Pellegrino.
Okay, San Pellegrino.
Just fucking
Harry
on the
just
tinnies.
slowly getting drunk.
So anyway, I'm just going to do this long rant about Thatcher's Gold. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate, so fucking Thatcher's, eh? Fucking get a couple in you. Fucking it feels great.
I was like, you know what, we're moving to cider country, Bristol, innit? Fucking everyone drinks cider here. And I would drink it at the pub and I'm like, it's kind of nice, but like about 3 or 4 pints in, I'd feel like so like bloated. And like I'd walk home and I'd be feeling fine and I would just go, bleh. Have a tactical little bleh because it's just so gassy and stuff. Does
that not happen to you with beer then?
No, I just get really full and sleepy.
So the bubbles, it's different?
I wonder if it's the sugar content. Like cider is so sugary.
So sweet.
Yeah.
It is insane. It is an insane drink when you think about it. It's just basically just pure sugar, just like
But like I really like the Thatcher's Cloudy Lemon and Haze.
Okay,
Those are actually kind of like two ciders I can really fuck with. Can't drink like a million of them.
No, you can't drink a lot, but like a single pint is like a nice fun mix up.
Yeah, it's like a nice little. You know, I also like a mixed fruit Kopparberg on like if I'm hungover or on like a nice sunny day.
Kopparberg's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. However, I on a sunny day in Glasgow took mixed fruit Kopparberg to like a park with my mates, and we were drinking in the park, which we weren't supposed to do, but you know we were doing it 'cause it was a sunny day, and it went through my body so fast. Like it was not the move. I had to like sprint to a porta potty.
As in you had to shit?
I had like my stomach was like
Oh my God, fuck that.
It literally could not stop shitting.
Oh God.
Ruined my. So me and cider aren't the best of homies, but like I think like a nice little cloudy lemon or like a mixed fruity one or just like a nice like Thatcher's Gold or something on a sunny day is kind of nice.
As far as I can tell, it making you throw up and shit yourselves. I don't think you should be drinking cider at all.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Have you
I very
eaten
much
apples in your life? Just maybe like don't eat apples as well.
I love apples, but like it's just not for me. I much prefer like a beer, or a spirit, or a wine or something.
Yeah.
What about you, Lids? What's your go-to ciders?
I'm the same as Harry. I also drink Thatcher's Gold. I think it is the premium top tier, but again, it has to be like a pint. It's not the same in a can. Like I don't know why Thatcher's Gold from a can is so. It's almost sweeter. It makes my teeth all furry. I can't drink that much of it.
I think it's something reacting with them. It is weird.
It's
and
not
something
as
about
good,
it coming
is it?
from draft is nice. I don't know. It's very weird. Also, cans are usually colder, which fact just doesn't need to be like super fucking cold. I don't, it's weird. I can't really put my finger on it, but it is
There's
just
something
worse.
about the taste is worse. But other than that, I mean, I'd usually just drink whatever's on draft. But in terms of like bottles and stuff, I don't know. I don't love bottled and canned cider. I find a lot of it way too sweet, like Copperberg and stuff like that. I can drink one and then I'm like, I feel ill. Like it's so, like it's like you can feel the fur on your teeth afterwards. Like it's too sweet. I think cider should be from a
one and done
draft. Yeah. Oh no. I say I can drink like fucking 8. Like, but it has to be draft. It's just not as good. It's not as good. If you can drink cider, it's not as good as from a can.
Didn't you like take a test that said that you were like kind of allergic to cider and like you still drink it?
So I found that, and I still do. So if I drink cider, my hangover is fucking awful.
Wait, but how much you drink?
Well, even if I don't drink that much though, like even if I just have a few pints, like I'll still feel rough the next day. And I found that I wasn't getting that with like wine and things like that. So I did one of those, and again, I do not know how legit these things are. They could be utter bullshit, but I did one of those allergy test things.
Okay.
And it came back with every single apple was red, and in the alcohol list, cider was red. So it was saying I was having a bad
red is
reaction.
good. Red is like go. It's like the inverse of a traffic light. Drink it.
Delicious.
I drink cider and I puke and shit. Lydia, highly allergic to cider, just has a bad hangover.
I think it just... I've accepted that it just gives me a really shocking hangover, but when I'm at the pub with you guys on a sunny summer's day, or even when
on
it's
a winter's night,
pissing it down in the middle of the winter,
Pissing down cold winter's night. Yep.
I just have to have a pint. I can't drink wine like we said earlier because I can't. It's just too much stronger, and I just like drinking a pint.
I forgot to include mulled wine. Had to be an inclusion. Fuck, how did I
mulled
not throw mulled
is
wine?
So good.
Mulled wine is
and also
goated.
mulled cider.
Mulled cider is pretty good, but I would pick mulled wine over mulled cider.
But mulled wine is like
mulled wine is goated.
It's the best thing about Christmas. Like when you're walking around at the shopping mall and there's like there's people selling it out like the little carts and stuff, and it's like look, warming and
like I would honestly drink that shit on like a late summer's evening when it's getting a little bit nippy. I honestly think it's an all year round drink for me. I fucking love mulled wine.
We need to make it an all year thing. Why do you only get it in the shops in December? Bring it all year round, baby.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
This podcast is so alcoholic. Bring mulled wine to be not just seasonal. Like, fuck. All right. We've got 2 categories left that I could think of. We need a spirit and a mixer.
Yeah.
Or just a spirit on its own if you're into that.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of us are. And then we'll do cocktails. So spirit and mixers first. Go for it, Ravs.
So I this is a weird one, but I really like a Jack Daniels and lemonade. Like if I'm just going to the pub, usually people say Jack and Coke. I've
never
lemonade,
heard of that.
It's just so much nicer than Coke. Like I'm not a massive like cola fan really. And I've just drank so much like Jack and Coke, vodka and Coke, rum and Coke that I'm just like fed up of it as a mixer. So I just was like, you know what, whiskey lemonade. Like I usually find that Jack Daniels is better. Like, if they give you like Jim Beam and lemonade, it tastes fucking weird.
Yeah.
So that's just like my go-to. But like at the pub recently, I've been trying not to drink pints, so I've been drinking Jack and Diet Coke. Just I don't want to be like Diet Lemonade because I think Diet Lemonade kind of sucks. And I just think Jack and Lemonade is a good mix. I recommend giving that a bash.
That's an interesting shout. I've never tried that. I imagine it'd be good. They're both nice.
It's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
But that or like a Jack and Coke. I'm a whiskey man.
What about you, Lids?
G&T gal. G&T all the way. Love her, especially if it's got like a bit of elderflower or something in that. A slice of lime or lemon, loads of ice cubes. Like, just that is a lovely summer's day drink. Like, like some berries. Just love a G&T. So refreshing.
Yeah, I used to fucking hate gin and tonic, and now I don't know. I feel like I've just been to so many so many parties with open bars where the only spirit you can get is G&T, and I've just started fucking drinking it. Right, that's how, like, to go back to the original question, that's how you fucking get into new drinks, is you go to an open bar and that's all they fucking have.
You just force to drink it.
It's nice. G&T's good. It is really nice.
It
is an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's quite like a kind of what would you say, like kind of sharp, like bittery sort of. I don't know, what is that? It's
quite like a it's quite dry and quite
taste.
crisp.
Yeah.
And can be quite alkaline-y. It's quite weird in that way, you know, it's not sweet. It can be sweet, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet like most drinks are.
It's not really sweet, is it? No.
Yeah, it's quite kind of a savoury drink almost. I don't know.
I don't really mess with gin. I messed with gin one of the times I came down to Bristol and it ended very poorly. And I just
Did you shit and throw up?
No.
You sure it wasn't cider?
it was the chair incident, Harry. On the very first time I came down to Bristol, if you remember.
No.
I pukey on the chair.
Was this the story you told me about the sink?
Yeah. Basically, it was like,
why the fuck are you throwing up everywhere in Bristol, Ravs?
I don't know. This was a really bad one, but I went. It was like the first ever yog meet, and as a Scottish person, you're not allowed to drink alcohol before 10:30 in the morning. And here I am on my 8 a.m. flight to Bristol. I'm like having a pint, and then immediately go meet up with everyone, pints, and then end up drinking late at night. And Duncan makes me a Long Island iced tea, which is like 90% just alcohol. It was like just bad.
Dangerous.
Then I had a G&T, and the G&T made me vom.
I'm kind of thinking maybe all the other fucking alcohol made you vom, Ravs.
Fucking that is the most push. There's no way it was the gin.
No.
Sorry, no. It's the 100% the Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, it was the Long Island iced tea, but the gin was the one that was in my mouth that set it off,
Yeah, because at that moment you didn't need a really intense new flavour like gin and tonic.
Yeah, you're right. And then poor Strippin had to like Sherpa me to a fucking sink, and I filled up the sinky, and then Strippin is like, the sink's blocked, you have to like put it in this bin. I'm like, okay, and then I threw sick all over him. I felt so bad, and because Strippin's fucking lovely. I felt so bad, dude. And then years later, like not spoke to Strippin in like 6 years. I donated to stream like, here's some no jeans.
Fuck's sake!
Oh my god!
Oh dear.
Harry, what's yours? What's your mixer drink?
I usually like whiskey and coke with some variation, but if I like actually getting what I want, I'd want ginger beer and vodka, like a Moscow Mule. Ginger beer is like one of my favorite drinks, but most people don't have. It's like stock it or have it. Like that on a summer's day is like, oh my god, one of the best fucking sodas, and just works really well with vodka. That and a little lime in it. It's great.
Wait, vodka and ginger beer?
Yeah.
What the hell? I've never thought of that combo.
I'm pretty sure it's called a Moscow Mule is the term for it.
Oh.
Moscow Mule? It's basically just vodka and ginger beer and lime. I mean, it's not really a cocktail because it's just that is two ingredients in a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'd count that as a mixer. But yeah, it's great. Really great. All right, let's cap this. We have talked, I think, about alcohol for about 20 minutes. This is my favourite episode we've ever done. I love this. This is so unhinged. This makes us look so bad.
It makes it not a good look for us.
Final one. This is good. It's good to just get them out there. Get our recommendations out there. Done. I feel like we've capped a lot of the alcohol questions now. Final one is cocktails. What are our go-to cocktails?
Oh my god. Let's go first.
Okay. I don't really drink cocktails that much, but when I do have them, Porn Star Martini is really nice. I think it's like passion fruit, and then you get like a shot of Prosecco with it.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's it. It's been a long time since I've had one, but they're like super fruity and just fresh and lovely. I love, if I'm on holiday, a pina colada. Like, if you're like by a pool drinking a pina colada, like so creamy and sweet. Oh,
it's the best.
It's so good.
Delicious.
Stop! I feel like stop. We got to talk about alcohol, dude. It's like fucking 26 degrees outside right now. It's like 1 p.m. on a Friday. I can't do fucking cocktails this hard. I'm gonna go do like meetings and shit.
right, Ravs, you want to go pub?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
And probably my last one would be a espresso martini. I only had one for the first time recently, but if they're done right, they're lovely. But obviously very dangerous because you can't really, if having it at night, have more than one. Otherwise,
Yeah, kind of just one. It's one and done.
yeah, exactly. Otherwise, well, you're just fucked. You're not sleeping that night. So yeah, those are mine. What about you guys?
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, pina colada just literally hooked me up to like an IV of pina colada. And I will live the rest of my life a happy man.
Oh, so good. The coconut.
My only complaint about pina colada is I literally just want like a fucking picture of it. Like, I just want to just chug it like I drink a pint.
Yeah.
I just want so much of it.
That's the dangerous thing about
it's so
cocktails. They just go down so easy.
Oh, and they're so fucking expensive. Like, it's so
and they're
bullshit.
also so strong as well, though.
Yeah. And also, like, you can go to like the places where, like, you know, cheaper cocktail places where they do them in larger quantities, but then it just they're never quite as nice, you know, as ones you remember from nice places. I also like dark and stormy, just another like
Dark and stormy,
limey
so
whiskey, soury, you know, and sweet and sour thing, like, anything like that.
Ginger beer and rum, that one.
Yeah.
It's fucking really good.
I'm surprised that none of us actually said rum. I do like dark
I
rum.
like a mojito.
Rum,
Yeah.
oh my
Mojito's
fucking
nice.
god,
Mojito's good.
mojito is like maybe my favorite.
We're just all here salivating over cocktail. This podcast is just deteriorating so bad. What is the question? I found it difficult to break out my comments in terms of alcoholic drinks. I was wondering what your go-to drinks are. Okay, we really are literally answering.
we are
answering this question.
We are very much answering every
This is the most
fucking type of
detailed
alcohol.
fucking answer ever.
You know what? I fucking love some moonshine. I don't know. For me, it's like a mojito or a pina colada, like you guys have said. I love a little fucking dark and stormy. And we were at that mixer event, Harry.
What was it? What was that fucking cocktail?
That was a Kung Fu Martini.
Is that what it's called?
What's that?
Yeah, Kung Fu Martini.
It tasted like
one of
squishies.
It was one of the best cocktails I've ever had, and it was an open bar, and was fucked.
I don't think this is what... This doesn't... I think they might have just named it that.
No, it was called the Sifu, and it was a Kung Fu Martini. I just tried to look it up myself. I couldn't find the details. Probably better that I don't know. Kung Fu Martini.
I mean, it had like fucking dragon fruit and shit in it. It was fucking crazy. The only way I can describe it, you know those squashies, like the drumsticks, but like just the little...
Yeah.
It just tasted like that with a hint of alcohol. It was just like... It was
dangerous.
Mind-blowing. He kept making me one. I was like, this is fucking tiny, mate. You're going to have to make me another one in like 5 minutes.
Chat, listeners can't see this, but Harry's like shaking all over the place when he's saying this.
I feel like cocktails are so easily messed up though, because like mojito, you can easily fuck up a mojito and make it like way too limey.
Yeah.
And that Kung Fu Martini we had, Duncan went to get me one, and we came back, and it was as if he doubled all the alcohol because we both took a sip of it and we were like, like fucking
strong.
wincing.
I hate that. I hate that in America as well, when they do just like the Omega fucking... You just go to get like Jack and Coke something, and they're just fucking pouring so
Really
much whiskey, and they're like,
pouring,
one drop of Coke, and it's like, well, this is fucking grim. Like, what? I just should have asked for just straight whiskey. If like, why have you done this? Like, why have you fucking done this? You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I also do... I would say I'm not as much someone who wants to go to a cocktail bar, unless it's specifically for that reason, and watch the whole show.
No, it takes
I'm
so
doing
long
it.
to
Like,
get a drink.
sorry, mate. Just give me the booze.
Yeah, you have to like order it when you first get your drink, because it takes so long like to get the
like-
next one.
Stop doing all the flips and shit, and like you and your friend are swinging the lights and whatever. Like, fucking, okay, cool. My drink.
I feel like Scottish people will lynch me if I don't say Venom. Venom is like a...
What's that?
I don't know if it's a Scottish creation, but it's like literally just picture a pint glass with like the brightest green, most venomous looking thing in the world. It is a really actually nice drink. It's very sweet, but it gets you very drunk.
What's it got in to make it green?
So like apple sours? Or?
No, so it is Southern Comfort vodka, a whole bottle of Blue Wicked, and then you put orange juice in it and you mix it up.
A whole bottle of WKD.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely vile.
Blue white. It is fucking really nice.
I
But
don't
look up
believe
images
you.
of it. Look up images of it. It's grim.
Questioner, we're not recommending this.
Don't drink this. Don't drink this.
I am, but maybe drink with caution.
This is a man that shits himself when he drinks. Don't drink.
Here, look at this image. I dropped it in the chat. It just looks grim.
That is fucking gross. That looks like fucking Shrek just came in a fucking pint glass.
Yummy
Oh
Shrek
my
cum. That's
fucking
what
God.
I say. Yummy
God,
Shrek
it really
cum.
That is
does.
absolutely rancid. Just the most watery, grim ass fucking pipe full of fucking
Pond
liquid.
water. It's gross.
I got them to make it here in Bristol, and everyone said it was nice.
No, they're
So,
lying. You're lying.
you know.
Raz. No
They're
one said
lying.
It was nice.
They're lying.
You know?
I think we've given some great recommendations. That's a lot of drinks to go out and try, to go and try and widen your drinking palate, I guess.
I think we all know what we're doing later this evening. But also, dear listener, please remember to drink responsibly. Don't do what Ravs does. Please don't shit
And
yourself.
don't listen to this podcast and be like, I'm going to try every single one of these, because you will be very fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, and a good suggestion for the non-drinkers, Heineken 0% is actually really fucking nice. I would say it's equatable to Heineken. So there you go.
Yeah,
If you want to
there's a lot
participate
of-
in some of the fun, lot of good 0%, but Heineken's my recommendation.
Nice.
A lot of very good 0% beers and just mocktails as well that taste like the...
Yeah, mocktails are great. All right, should we wrap it there? I feel like we've just fucking...
Spoken for.
We just chatted for like half an hour about fucking booze. What are we calling this podcast? The
It is
Booze
a
Podcast.
sunny day. It's Friday afternoon. We can't help it, all right?
The Booze Cruise.
The Booze
This
Cruise.
episode has to be called like
Yeah.
the Booze Cruise.
If you've enjoyed listening, make sure to leave a review, leave a comment, let us know what you reckoned. Let us know what your favourite drinks are. I'm interested. Did you agree with us? Or was there anything that we forgot you feel like you loved and you wanted us to say? Make sure to send in more questions. We are looking through them all still.
We always love new questions, you know.
New
Like
questions
we still have hundreds, it's slowed down a tiny bit. So send us. Make sure you send us in your problems, predicaments. Remember, we love like time-sensitive ones as well. They're hilarious, and we're not going to answer them in time.
All right, we'll catch you all next week, I guess. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ciao, ciao.
See ya.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Let's go to the pub.
Bye.